Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil and it's time to talk The Last of Us. And I'm especially excited to jump into this episode because we're finally at the stage where the show is just about the two. It's about Joel and Ellie alone together. And that relationship from the game, that's the core of the story of the game. That's what drives the narrative. These two messed up individuals trying to survive together, and the way they grow together. And I'm excited to see the show's take on that relationship because that relationship is everything in this story. So yeah, I'm psyched. Everything about the show so far, there's nothing I can point at and go, I wish they had done that differently, or oh, you can tell that they were constrained by the budget on that particular thing. Like everything right now is just firing on all cylinders, from the look of the show, the writing, the performances, the cinematography, the music, the design. It's all there. It's all working together in symphony, and it's working really powerfully. This is one of those world builds where not too long ago you would have said, "Oh man, that would be almost impossible to adapt into film or television." And now we're sort of reaching that stage where, because of stuff like this, I feel like we're getting to the point where it's like nothing is unadaptable anymore. And that's super exciting because nothing's off limits. But in any case, we get this story, this great story. I'm looking. One of the nice things about this adaptation for me is a I only played through the game once. It was really powerful, really entertaining. I had a lot of fun with it, but it was a long time ago. I played it within the first year it came out. And so I don't remember every nuance and detail. But from what I do remember, this adaptation is straying from the storyline in certain ways. And that's cool. I like that for two reasons. One, because sometimes a story in one medium doesn't work the same way in another medium, and it needs to be modified. And much like the Netflix's Sandman adaptation of last year, sometimes a story, when you revisit it 10, 15, 20, 30 plus years later, like the Sandman, it gives you the opportunity to question those original choices and decide whether you could have told it differently and maybe better. That's a dangerous question to ask when the original creator isn't involved, but Neil Druckmann, the creator of the video game, is one of our executive producers. He and Craig Mazin are the core creative team at the center of this show. And so bringing back Neil to the TV show, you get that opportunity to ask those questions. Is there a better way to have gotten that idea across, to have that same story beat, but tell it in a different way that maybe suits the story better? And it also, for us, the audience, who may know the story already because of our experience with the game, it still keeps us on our toes. It keeps us from thinking we know everything that's going to happen at every moment. Now we're like, oh, I genuinely don't know what's going to happen next, which is a nice place to be in. So after all of that, let's just jump into it, guys. I'm ready for this. This is episode 3, and it's called Long, Long Time. Oh, interesting. Both previous episodes, we started with a flashback before this intro sequence. So maybe we don't get a flashback this episode. We got well out of Boston now. How far have we been going? Okay, we got 10 miles.
I've never been in the woods. More bugs than I thought. Look, I've been thinking about...
I don't want your sorries.
I wasn't gonna say I'm sorry. Nobody made you go along with this plan. You needed a truck battery or whatever, and you made a choice. So don't blame me for something that isn't my fault.
5-hour hike.
We can manage that. What are you looking out for?
People.
Oh. Are Bill and Frank nice?
Frank is.
How'd you get that scar on your head?
Someone shot at me and missed.
See, that's cool. Shoot back?
Yeah.
You get him?
No, I missed too. It happens more often than you think.
You know, seeing as it's just the two of us, I was thinking I should
No.
You still don't get a gun. But she's gonna get a gun at some moment, and it's gonna be an important change because of it.
Why do you have stuff stashed here?
You ask a lot of goddamn questions.
Yes, I do. You forgot where you put your stuff.
No. I'm just zeroing in on it.
Is there anything bad in here?
Just you.
Ah, getting funnier.
Trapdoor. Is that just gonna be Joel's stash, or? Yeah. That's been found before.
Yeah!
Ballsy kid. Yeah. How are you gonna get out?
Fuck
yeah. Oh. Trapped in the rubble. Wow. Don't get why would you get closer? Why would you get so close? How many trapdoors does this place have? Oh my god. She's freaking fearless. And yeah. Wow.
Ellie?
Picked over my ass. Holy shit. You flying one of those?
A few times, sure.
So lucky.
Get shoved into a middle seat, pay $12 for a sandwich.
Dude, you got to go up in the sky.
Perspective.
How did it even start? If you have to get bit to be infected, then who bit the first person?
Best guess, cordyceps mutated. Some of it got into the food supply. So the tainted food all hits the store shelves around the same time Thursday. Friday night, September 26, 2003. By Monday, everything was gone. There's stuff up there you shouldn't see.
Oh, now I have to see. I think it's gone.
No. Not gone.
Soldiers told you were going to a QZ, and you were, if there was room.
Mass graves.
Just before it's sick?
No, probably not.
Why not just leave him be?
Dead people can't be infected.
We have to show a baby skeleton. Gee, oh, now we're flashing back. Jeez.
Not today, you New World Order jackboot fucks.
I guess the Doomsday Preppers had a better chance. Okay. Who doesn't love Nick Offerman? There goes the power. Oh. Is he gonna turn the power back on? Okay, the gas is back on at least. Oh man, he is not taking this lightly. I feel like they didn't even need to script that. They would have just said, hey Nick, just do what you do in case of.
Keep coming.
Wow. The whole town he's got walled off. Oh, I love it.
I'm not infected.
Are you armed?
I'm just trying to get to Boston.
Alone?
We started with 10.
He's got a scanner.
Boston is that way. You can make it by nightfall.
I'm really hungry.
If I feed you, then every bum you talk to about it is gonna show up here looking for a free lunch. And this is not an Arby's.
Well, Arby's didn't have free lunch. It was a restaurant. I won't talk about it to any bums or hobos or vagabonds, I promise. Can I have 5 more minutes?
Sure. Sure!
Thank you. This is amazing.
4 years alone. Some people are suited for solitary life, but it's like my place. Man, I love how much of a foodie he is. How surreal must this be after 4 years?
What the fuck?
Everything tastes good when you're starving.
A man who knows to pair rabbit with a Beaujolais.
I know I don't seem like the type.
No, you do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I guess I'll be going then.
Or
But first, you know how much these are worth?
Currently nothing.
This is you.
Linda Ronstadt.
No one at my side.
No, sir. No, thank you. Sorry.
And then I'll leave.
Love will abide. Take things in stride. And I think I'm gonna love you for a long, long time.
So, who's the girl?
There is no girl.
I know. What's your name? Bill. Go take a shower, Bill.
Man, sometimes you just find like two people made for each other.
Have you ever done this before? Not with anyone? I'm gonna start with the simple things.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm loving the way they're doing this. The way this is written, the way it's being performed.
Oh, fuck you! Come on! Hey! I live in this world. You live in a psycho bunker where 9/11 was an inside job and the government are all Nazis.
The government are all Nazis!
Well, yeah, now, but not then. I'll do everything else myself.
It is not
Bill,
a
if you say resource management, so help me, I will run through one of your tripwires. And I'm fixing up some of the shops.
Whoa.
Not the stupid ones, just the wine shop and the furniture store. And the clothing boutique.
Are we hosting formal garden parties now?
No. But we are going to have friends.
Excuse me? We will never have friends because there are no friends to be had.
I've actually been talking to a nice woman on the radio.
You what?
Well, this really is just, it's amazing.
Right?
I'm the same way.
Oh, you're a paranoid schizophrenic too?
This is crazy.
Well, can I just say,
I'm glad we get
aside,
more
which
Anna.
I get, by the way.
More Tess.
Thank you, even if we don't end up working together. I really needed this.
We are working together. Tess, I want to show you something.
Actually, I have been wanting to see it.
Not inside.
Thank you. Yes.
Frank! Frank!
Songs.
I wouldn't be happy either. But of all the people he could have found on the radio, we're actually decent people just trying to get by.
Oh. Well, aren't I the lucky one? I don't need you or your friend complicating our lives. Is that clear?
But sooner or later, there'll be raiders. And they'll beat that fence and your tripwires. They'll come at night, quiet and armed.
We'll be fine.
So now we're 10 years in? Yeah, okay.
I got something to show you. Huh? Not that.
Oh!
I traded Joel and Tess one of your guns for a packet of seeds.
Which gun?
A little one.
I was never afraid before you showed up.
Oh, is this gonna be raiders? Yep. Oh. Where's Bill? Is he already out there? Yeah, there it is. Oh! Bill gets shot because Frank distracts him. Shit.
Call Joel.
Uh-huh.
You can't be here alone.
I'm not alone. You're here.
He'll take care of you.
Oh no. No.
Okay.
Frank.
We'll get you warmed up.
This is such a beautiful love story. So non-traditional, and I'm not even talking about the fact that it's a gay couple. I'm talking about the fact that it's these two middle-aged guys, both alone in the world, and they just stumble across each other.
Took most of the night.
You gotta be kidding me. Back in
I
bed.
promise you I'm gonna stay up.
Why?
Because this is my last day.
I know we're modern, but are we like the same day Joel and Ellie arrive, or?
I'm not going to give you the every day was a wonderful gift from God speech. I've had a lot of bad days. But I've had more good days with you than with anyone else. Just give me one more good day. Starting now, make me some toast.
Oh, I like them.
We'll get married. And you cook a delicious dinner. Then you will crush all of these up, put them in my wine. I will drink it. Then you will take me by my hand, bring me to our bed, and I will fall asleep in your arms.
Pain on Bill's face. We found him in a hole in the ground. He's going to end up in a hole in the ground. The same meal he made the first night.
Will it be enough?
Yeah.
Why are there already pills in the bottle?
Enough to kill a horse.
No.
I'm satisfied. And you were my purpose.
I do not support this. But from an objective point of view, it's incredibly romantic. Take me to bed.
Wow. How long did we miss him by? He's been given the codes. Wow. They trusted him that much after all those years. Oh. Flowers aren't watered.
What the fuck?
Bill? Frank?
It's not that long ago.
Ellie?
Did Ellie go out? No.
To whomever, but probably Joel. I figured I fell under whomever. Came with this.
Pick up.
So they're dead?
I'm guessing you found this, Joel, because anyone else would have been electrocuted or blown up by one of my traps. Take anything you need. Anyway, I never liked you. But still, it's like we're friends. Almost. So I'm gonna tell you something because you're probably the only person who'll understand. I used to hate the world, and I was happy when everyone died. But I was wrong, because there was one person worth saving. I saved him. Then I protected him. That's why men like you and me are here. We have a job to do. And God help any motherfuckers who stand in our way. I leave you all of my weapons and equipment. Use them to keep...
Tess. Yeah.
Stay here. Show me your arm.
No change. It's healing.
I have a brother out in Wyoming. He's in some kind of trouble, and I'm heading out there to find him. He used to be a firefly. My guess is he knows where some of them are out there. Maybe they can get you to wherever this lab is.
All right?
If I'm taking you with me, there's some rules you gotta follow. Rule 1, you don't bring up Tess, ever. Matter of fact, we can just keep our histories to ourselves. We clear?
Yes. What you say goes. This guy was a genius. Dude,
No.
Please.
there's a wall of them.
Smart. Very smart. Take more. You can always use more toilet paper. COVID taught us nothing else.
I'm taking a shower. And then you're showering. Seriously.
She's gonna find a gun, right? Never been in a car before? Maybe.
It's your first time in a car?
It's like a spaceship.
Yeah.
No, it's like a piece of shit Chevy S10, but it'll get us there. Seatbelt. Seatbelt.
So cool. Seatbelts are cool, kids.
Oh, no, wait. No, leave it. Leave it. Oh, this is good. This is Linda Ronstadt. Do you know who Linda Ronstadt is?
You know I don't know who Linda Ronstadt is. It's better than nothing.
Oh no, are we gonna go into their room? Okay. Murray Bartlett. That's who he is. I didn't know who was playing Frank. Don't know the name. But man, that was one of the most beautiful episodes of TV I've seen in a long while. It was so tender and heartfelt and quiet and loving. And the last thing you expect in a zombie apocalypse series. But man, and I mean, I got to be honest, I don't remember almost anything about the Bill and Frank of the game. It just doesn't register with me. It didn't imprint. So I had no idea what to expect when this episode got going. Man, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting this really beautiful love story in the middle of the craziness of the world of The Last of Us. Totally, I started talking about this during the episode. Well, first of all, I know I didn't talk much during the episode. I know that I was just sort of in the moment appreciating so much of this episode, staying quiet, staying calm, staying just really appreciative of what I was seeing on the screen and the performances we were getting in these quiet, tender moments. Man, I've seen enough of Nick Offerman to know already that the man's capable of some serious dramatic acting chops. I didn't know he was capable of this. Just an iconoclast of a character in Bill. Survivalist prepper on one side. Clearly he had a whole lot of history in having to deal with being gay in a culture that he wasn't comfortable being part of. Like, yeah, he just clearly had never come out of the closet, had never felt comfortable enough in his sexuality to pursue a relationship. Maybe the Doomsday Prepper is almost an attempt to prove his masculinity or something. I don't know. I mean, there's so much to consider there. But to start with, he's the kind of character we all wish we were in the middle of any apocalypse. You know, we want to be the one that builds the home fortress and maintains this not just veil of civilization and civility, but like properly appreciating the finer things. You know, it's all about the fine dining, the wine, the not just preserving his own home, but this whole small town. literally building a bubble for himself in the middle of this crazy global catastrophe. And then in stumbles random Frank. And Frank is like the perfect man for him. And they find each other 4 years. They've both been surviving 4 years. Bill completely alone. Frank in Baltimore, apparently. But Baltimore fell to shit. And now they find each other. And yeah, there's just fate, luck, coincidence, call it what you will, karma, kismet. Like, they're both just what they need, each other needed. And they had this lovely life together for 16 years. This is not what I expected to be talking about at the end of this episode. But yeah, they had this beautiful life together, and I loved Frank's words on his final day. It's not like every day was this blessing from God or anything. There were tough days, there were hard days, there were bad days, many, many bad days. Because look at this world. And in any relationship that it goes on, there's going to be bad days. But there were also good days. I love that Frank got to go out on his own terms and have this beautiful last day. I certainly believe in death with dignity, and Frank got to dictate exactly how he would go, and what wasn't. It was exactly what he wanted, and Bill didn't want to live without him, and so Bill chose to join him. And yeah, it's pretty freaking romantic. I'm not a romantic myself, but it's pretty freaking romantic. I love Bill's letter to Joel at the end there. Like he hated people. He probably even hated himself. But the only time he really liked himself was when he was alone. I think the easiest, best years of Bill's life might have been those first 4 years of the apocalypse, where he just gets to be the survivalist, living alone, happy that the world has died around him. And yeah, Frank complicates his life, but also enriches his life and gives him reason. It gives him fear, because now he's suddenly afraid of losing somebody. But that's what love is about. If you don't have it, you've got nothing to lose. Now he's got it. And he had someone to protect and save, and his letter, I feel, really passes that message on to Joel. And we've seen that. We've seen these big pushes that it's taken to get Joel to commit to the cause of escorting Ellie west. And it took Tess's sacrifice last episode. It took Bill's words in the letter this episode, and to be fair, Bill's also helped them out logistically a great deal. He's given them the truck. They've restocked and resupplied. How far can we go on this truck? I don't know. Until it runs out of gas or the battery dies, I suppose. But they're heading for Wyoming now. At the beginning of this episode, I said I was really excited to see Joel and Ellie together. And well, the whole episode certainly wasn't about them. We got them together at the beginning and at the end, and getting a sense of what that dynamic is. And Joel's trying to be the one in control, but you've got to love Ellie's energy and her curiosity, her fascination with the world. Remember, she's never left the Boston QZ, so all of this is brand new to her. She's never been in a truck before. It's the coolest thing ever to her. It's a piece of shit F10 to Joel, but it's the coolest thing ever to her. I like their dynamic a lot. I mean, it was one of the real drawing features of the original game, and this show's certainly recreating that. Is it identical to the game? No, because the performances are different. The performances are different. The performers are different. I like that Bella Ramsey isn't trying to be Ellie from the game. She's putting her own energy into the performance. It's not mimicry. It's acting. She's bringing an original perspective to it, and 99 times out of 100, that's the better choice. So I'm really appreciating that. Pedro Pascal, man, like he just plays this type of character so well. I mean, how different? I mean, this guy isn't far off from being Mando. This scarred, beaten down character that suddenly has purpose and maybe a chance to bond with the child and become a parent. And man, I'm looking forward to the rest of this. I've been so impressed with the show so far. This episode in particular is just, I mean, this could have been a standalone movie almost. Was it a long episode? Yeah. Couldn't care less. An hour and 20 minutes. Great. I love that the producers of the show are like, take as long as we need to tell the story we want to tell. Last episode was only 50 something minutes because that's all we needed to tell that story. But we could have easily cut down the Bill and Frank story in this episode if we had an artificial target of an hour-long episode. But we didn't. We gave them so much time to just be in love on screen together, be real, genuine, intriguing characters together, and man, was it worth it. I'm so grateful I got to see it. This was just such an unexpected episode for me, and I'm not going to forget it. I'll remember Bill and Frank. Well, I'll never forget. I'll never forget the Bill and Frank story from The Last of Us. I'm so glad I got to see it today. Thank you guys so much for spending a little bit of time with me here today on Neil Talks. As always, don't forget to do all those fun algorithm things. You guys live on YouTube as much as I do. You know how to play the game. Until next time, everybody. Take care. Stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.